Greetings. It's late summer here and we're starting to get fruit. Fruit is starting to harvest around here. Yield is coming. The vanilla beans right here are beginning to ripen out, and so they're just about ready for us to go through curing them. Avocados are starting to come in. There's one right there. This is a seedling avocado. Really don't know what the variety, other than it's a West Indian. Popped up out of my compost heap a few years ago. It does pretty good. See here, they look pretty yummy. Guacamole on the hoof. Coffee is still green, but the yield is good. We'll be picking pretty soon. As is typical around here, and also getting flowering at the same time. The dragon fruit's beginning to ripen. They're getting some good yellow color coming into some of these. A few up on the field, they're just about ready to take off. Size is good. They're real nice and large this year, but at the same time I'm picking fruit, I am getting more flower buds. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about, but we're getting a flowering over the top of a fruiting. All these little pink jobs here, these are flower buds. Oh look, there's a little lady beetle on that one. That's the Hawaiian ladybug. Fruit sizes is really good. For a yellow, these are huge. I have a superior strain of yellow because I see an awful lot of yellow fruit that is small. Take a look at this post here. This is a pretty good example. You see how we have arms dangling in space? If you notice, almost every one of the dangly arms has fruit hanging on it. And so on dragon fruit, if you want to get the stuff to fruit heavily, you need a lot of dangling vines. The more this stuff dangles, the heavier it fruits. Interesting, huh? I used to tie it up pretty hard, and I didn't get near the fruit that I got once I let the arms dangle like this. And again, got some pretty big stuff here. Real nice. Double fruits there. Nice big fat fruits here. That one's getting yellowish. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about the whole situation. That guy right there is got a pretty decent crop. I keep trying to figure out how to increase the crops on these so I get more and more fruit. Dangling arms is the latest. Right over here I got one of the brand new plants that was put in a little over around a year ago, I guess, roughly. And it's grown really well. This is the new system where I'm using the coconut fiber. You can see there how the roots are beginning to attach to the fiber. What's much more exciting is these plants, like I say, were only put in here about a year ago. They've done really well. And right here, and right here, and right there. And then again, right over here. Those are flower buds forming. And as you can see, it is, again, on the outstretched, dangling branches. Stuff that's well supported just doesn't get around to flowering. I guess the stress of dangling must build up carbohydrates in the limbs or something on the plant. Anyway, you want to see your stuff fruit, let it hang. Oh look, here's another one right here. Ah yes, this will be another flower bud. So, well, here's a case where we had cuttings that were maybe about a year and a half old. And then I put them in on these posts last year, about 12 months ago. And, well, 12 months here in the ground, now getting the first flowering. Don't count your dragon fruits until they hatch, right? So the flower buds are forming. It's looking good. We'll probably get a little fruit on these vines. Citrus sometimes can be a bit of a challenge around here. Mostly, I think, because of nutrients. Citrus trees eat a lot, and if they're not being fed, they just simply stop fruiting here. Well, this right here is my Owari Satsuma, and it is loaded. I have so much fruit on this tree that the branches are literally hanging and going straight down to the ground. Now I see a lot of people, when their citrus trees start to grow hard, and they produce shoots going upwards into the air, who will go after those shoots and cut them off, thinking the tree's going to get too tall because of it. Well, what I've discovered is that most of the branches that go up must come down. So it's like Newton, right? As they grow up and they start to flower and they fruit heavily, on a lot of citrus they will dangle downward. Navel oranges do that. Mineolas do it. This here is an Owari Satsuma. An Owari Satsuma, by its nature, is very weeping. But way to get your citrus tree to come closer to the earth, feed it. If you feed it, you don't need to worry about the branches going up, because the branches get so heavy they come down like this. See, I mean, this is just weighted. The whole plant is literally dangling in the weight of the fruit. Everything's hanging. Look over here, you can see how they're just hanging downward. The same is true for the lime. Now the lime does have a lot of really vertical growth, and it tends to be a taller tree than the Satsuma, but nevertheless, even though it tends to grow vertical, you can see that it's hanging downward, and it's all hanging downward because of fruit on the limbs. I just been through here recently the other day stripping and selling limes, but you can see right here, for instance, the weight of these babies pulls this tree down to the earth. See, there's one right there. Yeah, there were about 20 of them right in here that I'd taken off. Here's a few right there, and so on. So if you look out there, you see the nice green balls hanging in the limbs, dragging the limbs downward towards the earth. The big deal right now, though, is white pineapple. It's white pineapple season here. Ours are just about ready. We've been taking them down, getting real good color to them here. That one's ready to go. This pineapple needs to be a little bit green on the outside. If the pineapple is too golden, then it usually is overripe and spoiling on this variety. There's a cluster of 3 that are not quite ripe. This has still got the mahogany color. It starts to get a little yellow in that mahogany. It's good. Yep, there'd be pineapples everywhere. Oh, we got some pretty good sized fruit too. That's a nice one right there. Plenty of them. Playing around with a few new varieties here. This little guy here is round. He's round, but this is a yellow flesh type, which is delicious, very delicious. But everybody around here wants the white ones, and they're willing to pay for them. They're getting as much as $6 a pound for some of the patented white pineapples, and $3 a pound for the regular ones. Well, then out here, Ellen and I have started the pineapple experimental farm. I believe we have 37 varieties of pineapples out here, all marked, logged in a book, and I got some more on the table that need to get out here and get in the field yet. So we're doing trials. I have pineapples from Colombia, pineapples from Venezuela, pineapples from Jamaica. We have Puerto Rican pineapples. We have some of the pineapples that are the biggest pineapples on earth. I have some Florida landrace pineapples that are some of the originals that were brought into Florida. Maybe, who knows, by the Spanish. I don't know how they got there. Anyway, pretty exciting. So we're working with new varieties. We're going to keep adding new varieties. But so far, the main crop is that Kapoho white, or the Hilo white pineapple. If you're over in Kona, they call it a Kona white. The gecko is sampling them over there. He smells the sweet. They are so sweet. Geckos have a sweet tooth. And he's just standing around waiting for one of them to drip. Yeah, so this year it's $2.50 a pound for the pineapples. It's still pretty reasonable. So, I mean, that's not all of it. There's a lot of fruit around here, but that's some of the stuff on right now. Tomatoes are in. So we're doing cherry tomatoes. chilies, for those of you who are firemongers. Here we have a whole bowl of assorted ghost chilies, habanero chilies, hot Portugal. I mean, this is enough to kill an elephant right here. Aloha. You all have a wonderful fall. Enjoy the garden. Thanks for watching.